For the 9th day of our journey through Martinique, we are heading to the far north of the island, a wilder, more rugged region, where the landscapes become steeper and more dramatic. Our route will take us from the Rhum, with its history and authentic scenery, to the beach at Basse-Pointe, passing by the pond mill and the iconic bridge of the Potiche River. We'll make a stop in Grand-Rivière, a small fishing village nestled between the sea and the mountains, before diving into the industrial past of the region. Finally, we'll end our journey with a visit to the old Rhum distillery in Macouba. Along the way, we make a brief stop in Le Rhum, just enough time to a short break. A sudden craving leads us to buy a few acras, which we enjoy facing the sea. Not far from here, the Saint Hyacinthe Church overlooks the village, discreet yet elegant. It reflects the understated architecture of the northern coast's religious buildings turned toward the sea and the trade winds. Inside, the church reveals a bright nave with light-colored walls. A wooden ceiling and subtle touches of color that evoke the simplicity and warmth of Caribbean places of worship. As we get back on the road, we stumble upon a small roadside waterfall. A quiet, unexpected scene that well worth a short pause. Our route takes us to the far northern edge of the island. In Basse-Pointe, the atmosphere feels rougher, more remote. We pass by the Church of Saint-Jean-Baptiste, originally built in 1839 and later rebuilt after suffering damage from several cyclones. It stands out with its dark volcanic stone facade, square bell tower and tall arched windows that let in generous light. Inside, we find a modest nave with exposed wooden beams and simple furnishings, reflecting the spirit of a community shaped by land and sea. After the church, we head towards a small port and the beach of Basse-Pointe. Here, the Atlantic crashes hard against the rocks. The coastline is rugged, raw, and awe-inspiring. Near the port, a long wall catches our attention. A colorful mural made from children's drawings tells everyday stories. A burst of humanity and softness against the rough seascape. After this coastal pass, we leave the shore to explore the inland areas of Basse-Pointe. Our goal: to find the Gradis Bridge, a historic remnant of the old plantation of the same name. but the trails are poorly marked, and we never quite make it to the bridge. Still, the walk is more than worth it. We are surrounded by stunning scenery, endless banana fields, roads flanked by lush vegetation, and around one bend, the quiet ruins of the old Gradis residence. On the road to Grand-Rivière, we cross a modest yet symbolic bridge, the bridge of the Potiche River. Here, the road spans a deep ravine, surrounded by dense greenery. Below, the riverbed lies quiet, sometimes dry, sometimes with a trickle of water, depending on the season. The day was almost silent. Yet, the place held a certain power, a kind of mineral stillness, amplified by the steep cliffs and thick vegetation. No signs, no viewpoint. Just a narrow stretch of road suspended between two hillsides. But it's often in places like this, forgotten by the guidebooks, that you truly feel the essence of the real Martinique. Before heading down into the village, we decide to gain some altitude. The road climbs steeply, winding above the rooftops, and eventually opens onto a small promontory. It's a tough ascent, but the reward is instant. In front of us, the sea, vast, endless. And right nearby, a goat and her two kids, calm, unbothered, grazing just meters from the edge, as if they were keeping watch over the place. We take it all in. We breathe. We enjoy the view, the stillness, this quiet moment suspended in time. Then, we make our way back down slowly, heading towards the beach. That's when we spot a sign we hadn't noticed earlier, a discreet marker indicating the village's tsunami refugee zone. A little farther down, we reach the heart of the village. Here, a river runs through town before spilling into the ocean. At the river mouth, locals are washing, rinsing off in the fresh water, a peaceful everyday ritual, free of pretense. Finally, we walk down to the beach, wild, raw. The sand is dark, and the sea slightly rough. A stunning, almost deserted place, swept by the wind. We would have loved to capture it by drone, but that day, the wind gave us no chance. High above Macouba, away from the main road, we come across the remnants of the old distillery. Collapsed stone walls, rusted tanks, and skeletal structures slowly swallowed by vegetation. Everything here feels suspended in time. We wander quietly through the ruins. Imagining the machinery, the workers, the sound of grinding wheels. Today, only birdsong and the wind fill the space. This day in the far north of Martinique left us with powerful images. Wind-swept cliffs, villages perched between sky and sea, and that feeling of having reached the very edge of the island. Here, Martinique reveals a more secretive, more rugged side, far from clichés, yet closer to something essential. And still, this isn't the end. Tomorrow, for our final day, the atmosphere will shift. We will head south for a gentler, more coastal escape. A boat ride, white sand beaches, and one last rum tasting. A beautiful way to close this chapter. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's next. See you soon for new discoveries.